we're on camera here. It's getting a little uncomfortable.
You uncomfortable? Nah.
Well, so, over the years, I wore a number of hats here. So this was news, this was opinion, right? And this was editor-in-chief, and this was publisher. So I could, at any time in the newsroom, if I wanted to, switch around. And it's just been kind of fun doing it. It's been great fun doing it.
Well,
And Caitlin is happy here too.
Number 13.
You're 12, this is 12.
No, it could be twins.
12
Tell
and
her.
13. Yes, that could happen.
I don't think so, not
At this point,
Take your
no.
coats.
Yes.
Okay.
Take your coat, your bag. You can come on into my office.
Excuse me.
This is my wife. This is my friend Lim Torby.
Hi, how are you?
Very, very nice to meet you.
Nice husband. Yeah. Nice to meet my kids. Me, I love to stay here.
Aww.
Yes. The best guy. I saw my
So
kids.
nice of you to say.
The best.
Well, you do a great job too.
I know. And this good. Not talk nobody. This talk me meet this boss and talk. The best.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. Good luck.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Everything, may your family, may your kids, may
Next
everything.
week too.
Thank you. Thank you. Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, right, all right.
Was there was a big fight with Clinton, and they were coming back from Israel on a plane, and he said he was going to shut down the government on the plane because
Let me take my coat off.
because they wouldn't let him sit in front.
Oh, that's right, I remember
So
that now. Yeah.
Lars Nelson told me about it. He was our Washington
Yeah,
columnist.
right, Lars,
He
yeah.
told me about it. I jumped in the cab with Martin Dunn. I told him about it. He was the editor. I was the managing editor. And Martin said, "Oh, what a crybaby!" And I said, "That's the front page," and that turned around the entire. You know,
Yeah.
yeah. See, this is history in the making. You got DiMaggio.
hello.
Hi, nice to meet you, Gretchen Browne.
Todd Mazel.
Hi,
Nice to
Todd.
meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
Who else we got here?
Hi, I'm Caitlin.
Caitlin.
Daughter-in-law.
I'm the
Daughter-in-law?
son, that's my
You're
wife.
his son. Okay, I see the resemblance. Okay.
Brendan, another son.
Wow.
Nice to see you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, I remember that. I had to pick you guys up this morning.
Yeah, that's right. That's right, we thought it was a continuation of that, where it was
guys.
happening again.
You're coming along.
Yes, it's going along.
This is how they did. They reviewed it
Yeah.
when man walked in space.
Yeah, right.
You know,
right.
it's Kubrick. It's so clever. You know, 4 stars when he's out in space. Just completely clever. 7 cents.
7
That's what
cents.
the paper cost. 1965.
Those were the days, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
They were nickel
1960.
papers, penny paper. 7s. Nice. Okay.
Was it $1 quarter?
Yeah. There you go. All right.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
We're gonna follow you on. Oh, okay.
I think it's time we talk about a breakup. No, I said, when do you think we'll stop dating? Right?
Yeah.
No, that's men. I think women. No, I said, I think it's time we talk about our relationship. She said, is this the breakup? That conversation? Whatever.
Hi guys, come get some cream.
Sorry, I don't want to be in the way.
You're never in my way.
Can you, come on,
You want champagne? It's on the table.
come get some champagne. Does everybody have some champagne? Raise your hand if you need champagne. Look how, 2 hands up. Okay, there you go. See how that works? Double fisted. Yeah, everybody has some? Good. Anybody else need any? Yeah? Want some? Anybody else back there, you want some? There you go.
Arthur doesn't have one.
Arthur doesn't have one. What?
Okay, I am good.
Hello.
Hello,
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my great pleasure to say a few words in honor of our most distinguished guest this evening. We are here tonight to say a fond farewell and thank you to our fearless leader, Arthur Browne. Pipe down. As most of you know, Arthur has been an institution unto himself at the Daily News for more than 40 years, starting as a copy boy and rising to publisher, setting an agenda of honest reporting, thoughtful editorial, and tireless work on behalf of this paper and the citizens of New York. Many of you have worked with Arthur for much longer than I have. For the past year, however, it has been my honor to work side by side with him as he has championed the news, and all of us as he has captained this ship in a deeply, deeply turbulent time. Whether it was quickly stepping into the top slot after Jim Rich's sudden departure, whether it was keeping the wheels on the bus during a time of unprecedented financial pressure, or managing the shotgun wedding of the Trump acquisition, Arthur's optimism, creativity, and leadership served us all by keeping us focused on what was truly important, reporting the news to a city, state, and country that craved our reporting, our POV, and all that goes with it. Arthur, you're beloved. You will be missed. We don't know what the next chapter holds, but you should feel confident and proud that as you turn the last page of this book, that you have made a profound impact on this company and the city. Thank you so much. To Arthur.
And Ski wanted to be here, but there you go.
Once did a younger one of me. I can see how stupid I looked as a kid in this. No, it's great. He's great. He's absolutely fantastic. And, thank you so very much, Grant. Thank you so very
Arthur.
much. Thank you.
And then we just have a few words from Josh.
All right, if I had half the memory or storytelling ability that Arthur does, I would be able to hold your attention here for about a half an hour. I would tell you about his loud arguments with powerful people in passionate defense of a particular line of argument. I would tell you about how he once got in a wrestling match with one of those people. You can ask him about it after he's had a gin. I would walk you through his patient and devastating dissections in editorial board meetings of mayors and governors and would-be presidents. I would tell you how, even as an editor and opinion writer, he never let his reporting muscles atrophy. He flexed them in ways large and small and taught everyone around him by example. I'd explain in great detail how he somehow ran the editorial page and wrote an excellent book while fighting off serious physical pain and grueling, seemingly endless medical procedures. It's not easy to disagree with a Catholic in a collar, but occasionally I did.
Now I get it.
I get it, you know.
A little too
I
subtle
do
with
have a
humor
hidden
sometimes.
Catholic color underneath. He didn't edit my humor this time. Yeah. Finally, I would tell you how, despite all the responsibility on his shoulders and all the pain in his shoulders sometimes, he never once turned me away when I had a question or an idea, or when I wondered if he could spare a few minutes to review something that I had written. But since I can't do Arthur's stories justice, I'm just going to say that I've never worked with anyone whose brain works quite like his, who can write with a great lawyer's persuasiveness and a poet's precision and grace. And that might sound like an overstatement to you, but it's actually true. Who can be righteously serious in one sentence and ridiculously funny in the next. But most of all, I've never known anyone who so perfectly captures and expresses the spirit of this place. Even when I was absolutely sure I was right about something, and Arthur always won every argument, and I'm sure the same is true with everyone else here. But through it all,
No, there's one person
Okay,
over there.
everyone else who works here. But through it all, he had an innate sense of who this newspaper was supposed to work for and what it was supposed to represent. And it's easy to parrot those values. A concern for the people who built this city and are struggling every day to make it here, who are often meant to feel like they're on the outside looking in, pragmatism over idealism, impatience with political posturing. But Arthur really has lived these values. He hasn't just channeled the paper's voice, he has helped give it its voice. 44 years is a very long time. It's 44 years, right? You can measure it in mayors. Beam, Koch, Dinkins, Giuliani, Bloomberg, de Blasio. That's 6 mayors he's been here for. In governors, Rockefeller, Wilson, Kerry, Cuomo, Pataki, Spitzer, Patterson, Cuomo. That's 8 governors. Presidents, 8 presidents. 9 if you count Trump. And I don't know if anyone can say the number of publishers and editors-in-chief we've had over this time, but I can't. Arthur's among them both now. He has given an entire career to making this newspaper a better newspaper and to making this city a better place. Thank you from all of us. Thank you.
And the last one created by your fellow co-workers here.
Oh, there you go, there you go. I am still that. Oh, well.
When you were out one day and Isaac and I took all the hats off the coat rack.
I see it.
And tried to place them up so they wouldn't fall over. Anyway, took it with our iPhone. There was quite a lot of hats there.
All right, guys, I mean, it's a little bit too much. You know, farewell to a loved one is never easy. But there comes a time when farewell is right and it's also necessary. So in just a few days, I'll say my final farewell to this great institution that is so, so vital. To New York and to New Yorkers, because each and every one of you lives and breathes the spirit of the New York Daily News, for which I will be forever grateful, but for which you should be eternally proud. You are so very talented and so very dedicated. And you know what this former newspaper turned media organization can do for, and sometimes to, people. Always with strength, and more important, always with heart and fairness. That is why Officer Mia Soto family has a new apartment. That is why Greg Smith, wherever you are, Greg, can force change at night shift. That is why the 9/11 ill have been helped. That's why New York's leadership pays close attention to Josh, Alyssa, Michael, Robert, and Bill on the editorial page. That's why the internet buzzes with the front pages of Daniel and Eddie and Isaac with the wise assist from John Blackwell. That's why the airport workers got raises. That's the way it has been since I started here so long ago and witnessed Ford to City drop dead and saw a presidential administration brought to heel for the people of New York. Always with the fantastic support of advertising and circulation and promotion, human resources, tech support, tech, press room drivers, and everyone else, including what we used to call the copy kids. They're still the copy persons on the organizational chart, much to the confusion of Trunk. They cannot understand what that term is for. They keep asking, do these people read copy? And I say they're much more important than that. Is Brian here? No, I just wanted to get one potato from him today. And way back when, I know Dolores is not here, and she and I were kids, and Walter and I were just as young on the copy bench out there. There's Walter there. Are there two finer people than Dolores Thompson and Walter Buckman? No, there are not. We had many a great time. I had so much fun. I mean, I really had fun. I loved being a reporter. I just loved it. I was a kid and I was just out there and I loved it. And I told them when they made me an editor, they just took a chance. They took somebody who had never had a day editing experience and they put me on the city desk. They said, suppose you fail. I said, what the hell? I don't care. I'll go back and be a reporter. And I could do that today. I would love it. In fact, I'm writing a story for Sunday's paper, a small series, Sunday and Monday. It's going to be my farewell contribution in terms of stories for the Daily News. And we weathered many a change and many a storm. And here we are at the end of a new storm, and we are rising. I do believe that you are now positioned for resurgence, uniquely positioned for resurgence in a way that nobody could have foreseen 6 months ago when it was difficult. Very, very difficult and very worrisome about the future until the intervention of Trump. And I have full faith in all of your capacity. You are ahead of the curve, you are nimble, you are resourceful, and you love this place so much. Now, if anyone were to write a biography of the Daily News, I believe that it should be titled, What the Clock Saw. That clock. Because that clock has seen it all. The good, the great, and the not so good. And that clock has guided the rhythms of all our professional lives, once on a 24-hour cycle, now second to second. So many deadlines, so much vital energy. So I propose one more toast. I propose a toast to the clock as the enduring symbol of all who came before, of all of you, to the fabulous past and the great future that is just ticks to come. So, to the clock, and God bless you all. To the clock. Now let's all have a drink, and we're going to the bar. Thank you all. We're all going to the bar. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I did something wrong. Typically, I did a stupid thing.
Your editor told you.
Yeah, my editor told me. You know what? Louis, where is Louis? You come here, Louis. All right. How many editors have you served?
It depends how you count them.
In the
9 or 7.
why is it 9 or 7?
Debbie Krennic,
Yes,
Ed Cosner,
right,
Martin Dunn,
right,
Michael Cook,
right.
Martin Dunn.
Right.
Give me a minute. Kevin Costner.
Cosner?
No.
Whoa, that's great.
Kevin Convey.
Yes.
He wasn't here a long time.
Yeah.
Kevin Convey. Colin Myler.
Right.
Jim Rich.
Yes.
Arthur Dunn.
Arthur Dunn? Oh my God! Wait a minute. Here's what I'm going to say.
He's
And you
listening.
are not.
He does listen to me.
Yes. Oh, really? Do you think I? All right. Okay. Wait. I am going to say something that is going to be true. It's going to be undebatable. Undebatable. I am your favorite.
Yes,
Deny it.
you
Go
are.
ahead. Deny it. Okay.
Yes,
right.
you are. I'm on a stage, am I not? Yes.
She's a wonderful actress.
Give me a hug, Louie.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. Now let's go to the bar.
9.
Got it. I didn't know.
There you go.
I was here.
No.
I got one more, by the way, that John mentioned
Good
already.
for you. Good.
So what's up?
Well, we'll go to the bar, have a drink, chat away. Okay.